Solve. What does that mean? Yeah, but what does that mean? Solve, it means find the x-intercepts. That's what it means. Okay? I'm not the guy who did this. I'm just the guy who teaches it. Okay? I'm not the man who says you guys need to know this in Math 11 Foundations. I'm just the guy who delivers it, right? You don't like the bills you get in the mail? Do you all yell at the postman? No, you don't. You don't get any bills yet. So solve means find the x-intercepts. What's another word for an x-intercept again? A root. Good. What's it called on our calculator? A zero. Good. Do you want to do that algebraically like a pre-calculus 11 kid? Or are we able to use some technology? Yes, you can. 2x squared, whoop, not 2 squared, minus 2x minus 2. Okay, there's the quad. Oh, first of all, is that a quadratic? Does it make a parabola shape? Yes. Tell me why. Because it's got a 2, right? This one right here? No. Oh, how about that one? No, this one? Yeah, that too. Because it's a squared, it's a quadratic. It makes a parabola shape. Hey, let's see. Does it? Oh, I got to fix my window. Looks kind of curvy to me. So your standard is always negative 10 to 10 for x, negative 10 to 10 for y, and all those other buttons need to be a 1. Okay? If there's something else, change them to a 1. That says the x scale. That means each one of these lines is a 1. You don't want it to be like 5 every line, right? It could go up by 5. You could do that, but we don't. Right? So that's your standard. Negative 10 to 10, x and y. Look like a parabola? Sure does to me. Any guesses as to what the x-intercepts are? Looks like about halfway to negative 1 here, so negative a half-ish. Looks like about, I don't know, almost at 2, 1.9. Okay, but we don't want to guess. I want to solve. This is going to say to the tenths, to the hundredth spot. So, how do I do this on this thing? Second function. First of all, how many x-intercepts do I have? 2. I could have 2, I could have none, I could have 1. That's your 3 choices. Okay? Second function, calculate. This is called a 0. You can go down to that and press enter, or you just hit 2. Pick one. You can't do them both at the same time. Let's do the left one first. I have to go left of it. And this is kind of confusing for some kids because you're saying that's not left, it's above it. It's also left of it. Okay? Everyone agree? Is that left of the left intercept? Yes. I know it's above it, but the calculator doesn't say above. You got left and you got right. That's your 2 choices. Enter. You want to go right of it. That means down here. Y's got to be negative. Enter. Guess. Yes, please, Mr. Calculator. There's 1, 0. It's not a pretty number. It's not a whole number like -2. Okay? So even if you had a graph of it, you wouldn't know what that is. You'd have to figure it out, right? Because it's 0.618 negative. So that's one of the x-intercepts. It's about there. Negative point, let's go to the 1000th place, 0.618. Okay, and that's really ugly to do algebraically. Pre-calculus kids do this. That's nasty, right? It's not a nice factorable thing that we could find an x-intercept for. All right, I'm half done. How do I get the other one? Same process. Second function, calculate 0. I want to go over and get the other one now. I want to get closer to it. Left of this one is going to be under it. Agree? Okay. That's left of the second. Enter. There's my little arrow. Now I want to go right of it, which is above it. Enter. Does that x-intercept look like it's in between these two arrows here? Okay, then I know I did the right thing. If your arrows are pointing this way, that's the wrong thing. You didn't go left of it and right of it. You went right of it and left of it. So it's going to try to find an x-intercept that way, all around the whole planet. Coming back around here, it's going to go, no, it didn't find one. It's going to say error. Okay? I want it in between those two arrows. Guess. Yes, please. What is it? This one is 1.6. So there's 1, there's 2, there's about 1.6 as a picture. That's what that thing looks like. The other solution is 1.618. Hey, looks the same as this one. To the 1,000th place. Okay, that's not too hard, is it? I think it's easy marks if you remember how to do it. Remember, you can't ask me how to use your calculator on the test. Okay, you got to do it, you got to know it. That's it, solved. There's one answer, there's the other answer. That's where this thing crosses the x-axis. That's a solution. Okay, let's give you one more. And something a little bit different. Now let's get in the page. Again, when they say solve, what do they mean? Yeah. But how do you put that thing in your calculator? Because if you noticed, everything in there says y equals. Well, first of all, there is no y. But what the heck? I got an equal halfway between this equation. Did that one look like this? No. So there's two ways you can do this. And I'm going to show you both ways, because the book will ask you to do it both ways. Either you got to have everything on one side, and it has to be equal to 0. So how do I do that with this? Let's put that over there. Let's put that over there. Minus 2x to both sides. Or just throw it on the other side and change the sign. Right? Because if I minus 2x here, that's gone. If I minus 2x there, well, there it is. How do I get rid of minus 6? Yeah, add 6 to both sides, or just throw it on the other side of the equation and change the sign, right? So that's gone. Whatever way you want to think about it. I told you both ways in grade 10. It's just a quicker way of thinking about it. Throw it to the other side of the equal sign, change the sign. What's left over here if that's gone and this is gone? 0. Yes, it still is equal to 0. Otherwise, it's not an equation and there's nothing to solve, right? That would be just like in grade 10. You remember that good old question that started with an F? Factor. Remember how hard that was? Okay, this is an equation. I want to solve that. So, same thing. Let's clear that out. Negative x squared minus 2x plus 6. You got to see it on your calculator. If you can't, you have to change the window, because the calculator can't find an x-intercept if it's not showing in that picture, okay? So I can see both of these x-intercepts, both of these solutions. This parabola, does it open up or down? Does that make sense? Is it a negative one? Yeah, okay. There's a solution, there's a solution. How do I find them exactly? Second function, calculate 0. Oh, let's do the right one first. Go left of the right one. That's above it. Enter. Go right of it. That's below it. Enter. Guess. Yes, please. 1 point, let's just do hundredths. 1.65. That's one solution. Okay? Let's draw a little picture. Kind of looks like that. Yippee-doo. That is 1.65. Other one is here. Same process. Second function, trace button, that says calculate in yellow, 0, go way around left. By the way, you don't have to tap this button. You guys can just hold it down. I can't do this on here, right? Okay, just hold down the button. Don't go in. You guys do enough clicking with your thumbs. Okay, that's left of it. It's below it. Enter. Go right of it. Enter. Yes, yes, please. Does it look like about negative 3.65? Yep, sure does. Negative 3.65. Okay, piece of cake. Easy mark, right? So, there's another way to do this. I don't know if any kid would do it this way, but let me just show you anyway, because the book will say it. I don't care how you solve it, guys. I just want the answer. So in the book, in the assignment question, if it says solve by graphing both of these things, this is what they mean. I can just put that in. Negative x squared. And then I'm going to put that in as well, because this thing can graph more than one thing at a time. 2x minus 6. And the solution is, when does that equal this? This is a line. You remember that y equals mx plus b stuff? That's a line. This is a parabola. When does this line equal that parabola? Let's graph both of them and see where they cross. Does that line slice that parabola? There and down here. I don't see it down here, so I'm going to have to make y a little bigger negatively. Okay, let's find out where this isn't a 0 now. This is called an intersection. Number 5. That's on the first curve. That's on the parabola. Enter. This is on the second curve. That's the line. Just bring it near where they intersect. And is that the same number as this? Okay, it is. That's the solution. That's when this thing equals that thing.
But we don't have to do it.
No, but you can. But in the book it'll say solve it by finding the intersection between the two lines. I don't care. You can do that and find the x-intercepts, or you can do this. Let's just prove that the other one's the same thing. Find the intersection. I got to go way around to the other one, close to it, so the calculator knows which one I'm talking about. That's on the first curve, enter. That's on the second curve, enter. And that solution better be negative 3.65, and it is. Okay? If you want to do it that way, be my guest. Or, that's called the intersection method. The calculator can do that. You got the tool. Good mechanics measured by the size of his tool, right? That's if he's a male mechanic, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Sarah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Okay. So one other thing, because you actually do need to do intersection method for one thing. If this is my baseball, or my buffalo, or God knows what else we're going to throw up in the air, a baby, it's not very nice. First of all, how high is this thing in the air when time is 0? Who said it? Huh? 2 meters in the air, yeah. When is x 0? That's when we start the stopwatch. When x is 0, this thing's 2 meters in the air, right? That's the y-intercept. Okay, I probably don't have a graph because I changed my window. I kind of see it. Remember, I want to go -1, -1. Y looked pretty big. Let's go 20. Let's see if I can find it. Nope. Got to go bigger. Let's go to 40. Oh, still got to go higher. Let's go 50. There it is. Perfect. What if I said to you, I don't care about the maximum, which you guys can calculate on here, but I want to know, when is this thing 30 meters in the air? I could use the trace button and go, well, when's y 30? Oh, that's pretty close right there. Is there only one answer, or is there two answers? Yeah, because remember, if I threw this thing and said, when is this 2 meters in the air? It's 2 meters on the way up, and it's 2 meters on the way down, right? There's two answers here. This thing gets to be 30 here on the way up, and it's 30 here on the way down. And that's just approximate. That's not exactly 30, that's 30.1. It's approximately 4.96 seconds. How could I find out exactly when it's 30? Let's plot a line right at 30 meters. And then how can my calculator tell me when it's exactly at 30 meters high? Ah, I just showed you that, didn't I? Intersection. So here, that's on the first curve, enter. That's on the line, 30 meters, enter. Guess? Yes, please. When y is exactly 30, that's exactly 4.97 seconds. I could also find out the other answer on the other side. Just got to whip around over there. This is on the way up. So 4.97 seconds on the way down. And 1.15 seconds on the way up. Kind of make sense? Okay, so you're going to get that question too. Okay? So you kind of do need to know this. Not for this solving, but for questions like that. Just kind of fun, almost, playing with electronic gadgets. Like, better than your smartphone? No. Don't be honest. Okay, quiz tomorrow. Solving is going to be on it, as well as a little 7.1 and a little 7.2. This is 7.3, right?